that you're still thinking about phone deregulation. But let's think about, in a broader area, the role of the Public Service Commission in Alabama. Because with the broadband initiative that work, and I we've asked you about that before. How do you see the role of the Public Service Commission with economic development and with consumer protection and working with industry in Alabama?
This is a real challenge, and candidly, it's a challenge that I want to think through more, because the PSC is an elected body, and it's the one major body in the state that the governor doesn't get to influence, I suppose, beyond backing candidates for the PSC, helping to elect people. And because of the way it functions, obviously the PSC's primary role is making sure that the regulatory structure in Alabama is a fair one, that industry knows what to expect, and also that consumers have an advocate. The PSC, when it's doing its job, is a consumer advocate. That's what I think it's meant to be. And I think when voters vote to elect PSC or PS commissioners, what they're trying to do is to put in place people who are going to advocate for their concerns. Now, there are all kinds of external reasons why phone bills, utility bills, a variety of things seem to outstrip whatever economic factors are in place. And I don't pretend to be an expert on that. But I want to see the PSC be what it purports to be, which is an ombudsman on behalf of the consumers in the state. I want to spend a lot of time looking and thinking about the issues around regulation of the telephones in the state and communication in the state. It's an enormously important question, and frankly, this became a political football in the last legislative session. Anytime I see something become a political football and I see both sides of the debate simplifying the argument, that leads me to think that rather than pick sides, I need to dig in and learn more about it. I don't think this question was as clean as consumers over here, telephone companies over here. I think that there are some richer, more interesting questions there. How do you promote telecommunications policy which encourages access in rural areas? How do you, frankly, make telecommunications policy keep up with the technology? You may have, if you've flown into a number of airports around the country, you've seen that sign where the telecommunications industry says that we're living under a regulatory code that was passed when this was a bundle, and they show someone carrying a baby. It's swaddling cloth. We have struggled at the national level to enact telecommunications policy that matches the technology. We tried to rewrite the telecommunications law several years ago. What happened? Interest group politics, powerful interests on both sides blocked that from happening. And at the federal level, and commensurately to some degree at the state level, we've got to figure out how to come up with a better playing field. So I want to honestly grapple with this issue more, but I promise you we will be talking about it. We will be delving into it, and when we do, we'll give you the first interview.
We just don't want you to forget.
I have not by any means forgotten.